Hey guys and girls, before you get too interested in this video, be sure to subscribe to Jimmy Houston Outdoors YouTube. Hit that subscribe button right now. Hit that little bell, it'll ding every time we post a video. And remember, jimmyhouston.com for some really cool merchandise. Well, the grass is about to lose its green. You can see the deer feeding on some clover there. But when you look off over here, you see Forrest and another one of the little bucks kind of getting in a little pushing, shoving match there to try to see who is the strongest. Now, I'm going to tell you, of those two, Forrest is going to be the strongest. That's Forrest and another little bucks. They've been pushing around on each other. Obviously, when I started talking, they stopped, but now they might go back to it again a little bit. They're pretty good ways up there. You can't really see it real good. I've only got a 6-power zoom on this particular iPhone. Got a new iPhone 13 Plus ordered. I think it's got more zoom. Not a whole lot more, but a little bit more. But I'm anxious to get that phone. They said it'd be about a month. I think it's been a couple of weeks, so we might not be too far away from getting that and being able to play with that guy. Well, they're turned wrong where you really can't see what they're doing there, but they're right there, that one deer laying down. They're right to the left of her, and they're just pushing on each other. They're not in any fight. They're just playing, pushing around on each other, because that's just what bucks do. So we can't really show you much. I get a little bit sideways there maybe. But I'm out here catching crappie like crazy. I've caught 22. See them pushing around there on each other? Yeah. Oh, Forrest is saying, I'm a lot stronger than you are. See him backing the other deer up. He's a lot larger also. You can see he's a bigger body. It's all about weight, but it's all about the fighting the dog too. It's not necessarily the size of the dog. And you can see him pushing back there. We might get to see some pretty good little battles before it's all over, especially if I get out and take some shots from some of the deer stands, which I'll probably do that too some of the times when Chris is not down here. Chris let me come out this evening and load my boat. I told her I'd fish a few minutes. She said that would be fine. But look at those two deer pushing around on each other. See them twisting their heads around there? Now that's what he wants to do with me too, but when he does that, it can be kindly dangerous. He's not gonna hurt that other buck, but he might hurt Jimmy. Oh, they're getting a little bit more excited there. Oh yeah, there they go. Yeah, look at Forrest. He's learning. He's learning. If I get him in that pen, he won't have to fight for love. He won't have to fight. Oh, look at him go. Look at him go. We have deer in the yard. We have just about as many wild deer as we have deer that are part of Lucy's herd that hang around. All three of those deer there are wild deer, the little baby and two does. One of them, of course, the baby's mama. I think the one right there to the right is his mama. I'm not exactly positive. We got over here, we swing around and look around. We've got Green Tag. Green Tag's gaining a little weight. She's still pretty skinny, but she's looking better than she did. I've been feeding her some worm medicine. Old One Horn there. Old Unicorn there. It broke his horn off. I think that is 06 really is what it is. And a little 4-point. Not back behind him. A little spike right over here. Now, those deer actually all belong to TC, so those deer will have some pretty good size antlers on them. And we got a nice, pretty little doe out there. And Forrest and a playmate, a wild playmate that has come up to visit him and to spar with him. And we've got video of that also. That's cool. This is definitely what I wanted to get a little bit of on this week's deer antler video. And that is Forrest. And he's in a little tussle match out there with a wild 8-point. This is the 8-point that's been coming around. I'm shooting out of the living room window. Kind of having a hard time there with my holding everything just right. I can get that. Whoops. get that up a little bit higher so I can get this up a little bit over that. There's deer all over the yard. The yard's completely full of deer. It's in the middle of the afternoon. You look around, there's just deer everywhere, shooting down through the slats. But really, if I could walk out there, you can see the little bucks over there not really paying a whole lot of attention to what's going on. But what's going on out there is a tussle match between Forrest and that big 8-point. That 8-point is a year older than him, maybe 2 years older. I think probably 1 year older, so he's quite a bit larger. But they're not really very serious right now at all. They're just sort of sparring. Forrest is kind of feeling his oats a little bit there, but you can see that that deer is quite a bit larger than he is. Forrest is 18 months old now. When Forrest is as old as him, he's probably going to be quite a bit larger deer. But you can see now they're getting a little bit more serious, and this is what makes Forrest a dangerous deer around the rest of us here, is because he might want to play with me just like he's playing with that buck. Now, as long as he's playing with that buck here, it's not going to get too serious. But you can see that they're having a pretty good little shoving match. And Forrest is thinking that he's a big boy, and he's not. And you see right there, they're getting a little serious. Carrying on pretty good. And that's one of the problems we have with the deer in the pen, is they want to fight through the fence occasionally. And not only do they have to worry about the other deer getting hooked up with the other deer, they have to worry about the fence also and getting their antlers hung in the fence. Forrest is putting up a pretty good battle there for a deer that outweighs him quite a bit. One of the key things there is not how much antlers you have, it's how much weight you have and how much strength you have. And those deer are incredibly strong. Forrest is holding his own, though, by golly. It's my boy. It's my boy holding his own there. Yes, he is. Quite a sight to see. Now, they will do that for a long time. We could probably video for quite a while. And Forrest is, that buck is really just kind of not trying to be too mean to him, but now they get to where they'll actually fight to the death. Now, they're not going to do that there on that. You see now, they kind of got their horns locked up there a little bit. Now, deer actually get their horns locked up, and usually it kills them both. They get locked up, and if they can't get those horns loose, and the bigger the horns, the more horns they got, the more possibility they got of getting locked up. But you can see that those two 8-points there. Now, Forrest is a nice little 8-point, but the other deer's got a year or two on him. And so he's got a bigger 8-point rack, and he's heavier also. This is the deal that, you know, you get out there and Forrest could get killed doing this right here. That's what we do not want to happen. That's probably good for him getting this battle in right here. Probably good for him making that fight. Because it's not really a real mean fight right now, but they're still just trying to establish their dominance. And it looks like that Mr. Forrest is not the dominant buck of those two for sure. But he's wrestled around with his daddy TC a little bit, so he knows what a big buck that outweighs him about 100 pounds feels like. But he's doing pretty good there. He is doing pretty good. He's holding his own. I'm proud of him. He's doing all right. That's a pretty nice size 8-point he's battling with there. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. He's locked up pretty good. And that's what it looks like when the rut gets going. And it'll get to be a really serious fight. Right now, they're just sparring. It'll get serious in the next week or two. Very, very serious. Hey, guys. Hey, guys. How's all my babies this morning? How's all my babies? Cold and rainy. Y'all are all wet, aren't you? Y'all are all wet, aren't you? Yeah. What's happened to TC? Is TC off chasing girls? How you doing, big baby girl? Huh? How you doing, baby girl? My goodness, you're... Oh, yeah, 9138's your number. You get really close to you. Little bucks. Hey, little bucks. You've healed up pretty well. You can't even tell anything's wrong. I bet you never have another horn again. Yeah, I bet you never have another horn again. Yeah, y'all ready for me to throw some feed? I think it's almost time to throw automatically. Y'all like it better when I throw it, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna get me a new scooper. That old scooper there is kind of not that good. I'm gonna get one of the fancy ones like they have on the porch. There you go. There you go, babies. There you go. I'm kind of amazed. At some of the... There you go, Forrest. Forrest has already had 2 scoops this morning. He's changed his attitude a lot. That collar looks tight, but it's not. It's real loose. His neck's getting bigger as he gets into the rut. He's not quite as interested in food as he is that little girl over there. What about you, big girl? You'd be a good one to go back in the pen, be with Whitey. 2 or 3 of you girls would, yeah. 2 or 3 of you girls would, yeah. Or Whitey or Forrest. I don't know if we're gonna get Forrest back in there or not. He's intent on staying here at the house. Is intent on staying here at the house. Look at him. You see him just kind of turn his head and that little one-horn buck moved away. Looky here, looky here. Yeah. Yep, he's beginning to get to be the deal. I swear, green tag, I think you're finally gaining a little weight, girl. Oh, this is some pretty girls. That girl right there is a pretty girl. Yeah. 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5, 10 this morning. We haven't seen TC in 2 or 3 days. So he's out chasing or something. Well, looky here what's peeking around behind that tree. Mr. TC, hi there, buddy. Where you been? Where have you been, TC? We hadn't seen TC in 2 or 3 days. Looky there, he's just you see how their attitude changed during the rut? I started walking up on TC and look at him. Started walking away. I think it's TC. I'm positive that's TC. Hey, TC, buddy. Are you not my friend anymore? He said, no, Jimmy, I am not. I am the bull of the woods. Isn't he beautiful? Look how big and fat he is. We haven't seen him in 2 or 3 or 4 days, so that is a great sighting right there. But, you know, remember during the rut last year that we actually lost him for quite some time. And he came back. He was gone maybe a month. And look off out there. And there's another deer out there fighting that tree, putting his scent glands on that tree. He's got white horns. He might be one of Whitey's babies. And that might be his first horns. That is not Forrest. Looks like Forrest. Don't think it's Forrest. Don't see any collar. That's just another deer that's come up, although I don't see Forrest. That might be Forrest. That collar's getting a little harder to see as his neck gets bigger. And he said, that might be Forrest. I might be able to see a little bit of the collar there. Yeah, I think that is Forrest. Yeah, that's him. Oh, yeah, that's my buddy. That's my buddy. But TC, you can see here, he's leaving the food, walking off toward the lake. Gosh, what a big, beautiful buck. I bet you're glad you're not on a hit list somewhere or walking around in the wild. You got a couple thousand acres here and you're free to roam. Nobody's gonna take a shot at you. You are a beauty. I'm saying that the rut is on. Looky there. The rut is on. That's Forrest. That's Forrest. He said, I'm gonna do my thing, Jimmy, whether you put me in the pen or not. I'll get these girls taken care of. He is chasing. Now, that's how they get in trouble, though. That's exactly how they get in trouble. And there he goes. There goes the doe, and there goes Forrest. That's what he was doing out there, putting his scent gland on those trees. There he goes. Be sure and come back, Forrest.